Hi there, welcome to Waje's channel. In today's video I'll be showing you how to sew a beautiful off-shoulder bustier. If you'd like to know how I drafted this pattern for this bustier, please see my last video. Okay, the link to the tutorial is in the description box. It is quite easy. So what I'll do now is go on to cut this pattern on my beautiful African print fabric. Yes, I'll be making use of this print for this. So what I'm doing here is cutting out my back pattern and my front pattern on this piece. I'm adding ½ inch at the top area to join and turn my lining like so. After cutting out, because the front right and wrong sides look familiar, I'll just chalk to differentiate the wrong side from the right side. So remember to add ½ inch to this front curve like you see me do. Now the center front, like I said earlier, I'll be cutting it on fold, leaving ½ inch at the top and at the sides of this center front. After cutting this, my main fabric is ready, and then I'll just go on to cut this same shape on the lining pieces. Okay, so as I have cut out this, I'm also going to cut the same thing with my lining. Now this is what it looks like. The next thing I'll go on to do is to pad and add stay to my fabric. This is totally optional. If you do not want to add stay or interfacing, it is not compulsory. So after adding my interfacing and my wording, this is what it looks like. There's a tutorial on how to properly pad your bustier. The link is also in my description box. The tutorial is really beginner friendly and it is really helpful. Okay, so after padding it, this is what it looks like. So the next thing will be to place the right sides facing each other of the front pieces and then sew from the lower part all the way up like you see me do. Okay, so I'm just going to show you with the other part. Arrange it right sides facing each other and then sew from the lower part all the way up, adjusting your hands as you sew. I would also repeat this sewing process on the lining piece of this fabric. Okay, so I'll just place the right sides facing right sides and sew the same way I'll be sewing the front piece, or the main fabric rather. Okay, now for the back pieces, the first thing I'll be doing is to take in my darts. Please remember to notch your darts, or for your darts, when you're cutting your pattern paper on your fabric. Okay, that way it is easy to locate your dart area. So I'll just fold in my darts, okay, and then I'll sew it all the way up. I'm going to sew the darts on both sides of the back pieces and also on the lining. After taking in my darts on the lining, all right, I'm going to then place the lining front sides or right side facing the right side of the main fabric like you see me do, and I'm going to join it using ½ inch allowance all the way around. I'll also notch it before turning it over. So I'll take it and bring it to show you what I have now. I have joined the front pieces together. Now after joining, ensure that you notch before using your iron to press the side seams down, okay, or your seams down. Okay, so after notching and turning, iron it and then go on to use your paper stay. I would advise to use your paper stay to cover this up. It gives it a very good feel on your body. Okay, so then place your paper stay or air stay on it, and when you do that, iron it out, and this is what it should look like. Okay, please also ensure that you iron out every seam. It gives it a very neat finishing when you do. All right, so after doing this, you take your lining of your front piece, right sides facing each other again, and then you sew around that neck or the top area first, notch before you turn. So I decided to give mine a little strap by just placing it on the right side before I use the lining to cover up that stripe, and I sewed everything once. Okay, so I placed my strap before placing my lining. I just used the lines of that dart, okay, the sewn area. I use that line as a guide to place my strap. Okay, so you can do the same thing if you want a small or tiny strap. Okay, if you are making it strictly off shoulder, kindly skip this strap process. So after doing this, I have gone on to notch and turn my lining. After notching and turning, give it a good press before you sew the sides with 1/2 inch. After sewing it, this is what it should look like. So when I fold in my strap to the back, you can see how beautiful it is looking already. So I'll go on to place my back sides, okay, my back pieces, right sides facing the right side of my front piece, like so, and I'll go on to join the sides. Okay, I'll join it using the sewing allowance I left while drafting my pattern, and then I'll also place my strap on the back pieces, okay, using the back dart as a guide as well. And after doing this, we'll just put in a zip. That is after attaching the lower part of your dress. Okay, so this is the lower part of my dress, and I'm going to attach it to the upper part using just 1/2 inch, because that is the allowance I left for joining. And after doing this, this is what it looks like. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.